Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. I thought I would sit down and do another video for you guys. So it's time for current events in the online fitness community. Hold on, let me give you guys a forearm shot before we start. So, biggest news I'm seeing is people talking about the wrestling superstar Sheamus. He's getting body shamed after his return to the ring. It's been kind of controversial. Now, I don't follow wrestling these days. I did as a kid. I don't as an adult. However, I believe a number of years ago, I reviewed one of his training videos and I kind of said, guy's got some good stuff going on in his workouts. I kind of like what I'm seeing. I thought he had some training modalities that were very similar to a lot of stuff I've used and had recommended at the time. So I remember doing that, and it was just kind of cool at the time. So that aside, that's kind of my knowledge of the guy, other than obviously the level of stardom and success that he's achieved in his sport or entertainment, whatever we want to call it. But apparently, he got injured. Pretty devastating shoulder injury last year, has not wrestled since, and decided to make a comeback. He came back not looking like himself, to say the least, at a significantly higher body fat. And he's being body shamed. Now, my take on this, I'm going to take a neutral position. I don't think it's appropriate to body shame people, but we're going to discuss this from a professional thing. But here's what I'm also going to say. I get body shamed every day for the last decade. I have been a fitness figure publicly on camera for well over a decade. I'm 47 now. I get body shamed every day, 7 days a week. On my birthday, on Jesus' birthday, on Halloween, on New Year, Easter Sunday, I get body shamed. Actually, most Sundays I get body shamed twice a day. Okay? I'm used to this. And let's be honest here. You guys have never seen me shirtless at as high of a body fat as he is at there. But I get called fat all the time, every single day on the internet. So there's a point where you kind of have to say, maybe people have to take this stuff with a grain of salt when you're a public figure to some extent. Because people, if you work out and you put up stuff, people are going to body shame you. Unless you literally look like you were ready to be on a magazine cover and you have been airbrushed with fake tan and oil and have taken diuretics to dehydrate yourself, unless you look like that 7 days a week. 7 days a week. So you got to learn to Photoshop or something. Unless you can look like that 7 days a week, you're going to get body shamed. That is the reality. Now, by that same token, I will also say I don't know what to say about a bunch of supposedly straight dudes this obsessed about another man's body that they need to analyze it and comment on it, whether it's mine or his or whatever. For some of you guys who are fixating that much, maybe you would feel a little better. Maybe it's time for you to maybe look inside yourself and address some things and maybe learn to accept some things about yourself, because it's obvious from that behavior that there's some kind of internal conflict going on. You would feel a lot better. You know what I'm saying? Like they told Tom Cruise, just, come on out. You feel a lot better about it, guys. You really will. We live in a world where it's okay to do that. Now, it's safe, man. So, that part aside, here's what I'm going to say. I'm also a public figure in the fitness world. And I can tell you right now, I know better than to get up and have my shirt off with that high of a body fat. I know better. I know that it's going to create backlash. And I'm not saying it's right. So that would be what I would say to Sheamus, the Celtic warrior there. He's obviously still got a ton of muscle, right? I mean, you could look at that under the fluff and go, the guy is still jacked as hell. He's put on a little extra padding, most likely due to diet. And I can tell you what it is. It's not even probably that his diet has changed. People say, what do you mean? His activity levels, he's not training all the time while he's been dealing with this injury. Literally all it would take is for him to eat the same diet that he's doing with all the tons of training and conditioning, or maybe eat just a hair more. And I'm talking a little extra rice every day. Like, dude, that could happen in 5-6 months. Okay? Because most of us, when we're training all the time, we eat a ton. Like, my maintenance calories are 4,000 calories. That's what I eat to stay when I want to stay 220. I'm cutting on 3,500. I'm losing weight on that. Okay, now if I wasn't training my maintenance to go way down, that's exactly what happened to him. It's probably not that he even got loose on his diet, to be fair. Probably he didn't even get loose on his diet. He probably just continued to eat in the exact same manner that he did when he is going full steam with his training and all his conditioning, the practice, everything else that the guy has to do. That would absolutely explain it. So it's not like he got out of shape in the traditional sense, but appearances, guys. And here's what I would say to him. It's like, bro, you knew you might be getting back up on camera. It would have behooved you to say, I'm not going to let myself get this sloppy. I'm going to need to eat less. If I'm not able to train at my normal level, I'm going to have to scale the calories back. I'm going to have to, because if I do want to make a return, I probably need to look in shape. Professionally, it was not wise on his part. Maybe he didn't think it through. But on the other hand, I'm also going to say, as a coach myself, he's coming back from rehabbing from an injury, a major injury that he has now rehabbed successfully. Okay, I'm going to play devil's advocate here. I'm going to play devil's advocate on his side. Did the extra food help facilitate better healing? Meaning, if he continued to eat all the healthy fats, all the carbohydrates, all of the protein, the things that he's normally eating in his day-to-day when he's training full steam, there's something to be said for a little bit of extra food when it comes to healing a major injury. It can be valuable. So, by that same token, maybe continuing to eat at those high calories may have allowed him to rehab that injury a little faster. I'm not saying that's always the case, but it has been my experience as a coach that is oftentimes the case. And I will say to people, when you are rehabbing an injury, you don't want to be in a calorie deficit and be cutting. It will slow down the process. It's not the time to start losing weight. So there's a fine balance to be had, but I will say at the end of the day, it's not a good look for him as someone who has built his name and his profession off of having a pretty dang good physique, right? I mean, the guy's a monster. We've seen him train. He's no slouch in the weight room. What I recall seeing in the past, it's actually putting up some pretty impressive lifts for a lot of reps. So the dude's a beast, right? Not just in the ring, he's a beast in the weight room too. So that being said, here's what I'm going to say. Probably not a good look, but this is a guy who knows how to get into shape. Give him 3 months. Give the guy 3 months, he's going to be right back where he was before the injury. All the fluff will probably be gone. He'll have abs again. He'll have the bicep vein going again. He'll be good to go. Ultimately though, the body shaming is going to happen. And I'm not saying that it's right. I'm not saying it's morally right. I think body shaming is pretty reprehensible. But you know that it's going to happen. And it's absolutely going to happen. And I know that because I get body shamed all the time already. If I were to let my body fat get even within 5 to 10 pounds of where he's at in that, and I take my shirt off and I get seen, dude, there's going to be hate videos. I already know this. And he knows this too. This is to be expected on his part. And what he had said was that, I came back to training, I rehabbed faster than I thought I was able to get back in the ring sooner than I thought I was going to be able to, so I didn't have time to really get back in shape. And if that's really what happened, fair play, brother. Fair play. But like I said, it's not a good look professionally, but I have no doubt that I've seen how the guy gets in shape. He'll be back in 3 months. He'll be back to where he was. All this will blow over. Dude will be asking, how did you do this magical transformation? And he'll be trying to give advice out, when in reality, he just trained his ass off. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.